is it I would... Be not alarmed. I would
Hey, Sykes.
art thou now?
Endurance. Hold on. Light load. So I'm messing around with yeah. I didn't even see what that hit for. Let's try that again. Thanks for the follow, ad. 684 was the next one. $684 was the second hit. Oh wow, we really want to get that weight down. Yeah. Hmm. Successive attacks, successive attacks. Alright. Let's do something interesting. Well, vaguely interesting anyway. Um, yes. So, it technically 9 times. I am already post completion, so I've beaten both the DLC and the base game.
You there?
I've
Could
never
you
even read
help
this
us
way.
out, Cully?
Isn't that funny? Ancient Dragon Lightning is my favorite build. Uh, I'm just... I thought this would be a more interesting build, and it has proven to be. Some people swore about these weapons. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I ain't feeling it. Man, I am not feeling these weapons. People seem to like these. I'm not getting it. Not yet anyway. Thought I had denser swords in inventory. It would appear not. Definitely not feeling this one. Oh, come on. Oh, that's funny. That's very funny. Yeah, someone had came onto the feed a while back and extolled the virtues of those circular swords. I don't get it. Oh, I didn't mean to pass that off. Oh, there. Alright, where is the dancer's blade? There it is. Yes? That's the one.
Oi! You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Love it. Little dancing moves are a little bit more interesting. All right. Ah. How did I miss that time? What? He jumped sides. Isn't it crazy? Went all the way through the game, burnt the tree, beat both gods, and never came this way. I find that funny. Yeah. Well. Hey, stay frosty. Ouch. Yo, yeesh. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I was helpful. I'm playing with a dancer build. That's what this is. It's a build that's like fun. But I think I'd rather do this kind of a setup on my first playthrough. Oh yeah, the crit stuff. Oh yeah, the Lordsworn Straight Swords, 110 crit weapon actually, which is actually a pretty good weapon. Misery Cord is the real winner of that contest, but yeah, absolutely. What's his name? And it comes pre-set up for you. But for what it's worth, the Thops Rapier or whatever it's called, keep in mind that the Ash of War on that is something that can be replaced. And you can take that Ash of War off, put a different one on, and you don't lose it. It just becomes one you can use otherwise. So that's considered to be a regular rapier, even though it's got Rogear's rapier, I think. Is that what it is? This game sucks. Play Elden Ring instead of... This is Elden Ring. Yeah, it comes previously set up. There's a couple weapons you can pick up along the way that are like that, where they're already set up for you. Okay. Dragon. Fair enough, fair enough. The... Yeah, I don't have it on me, but... I know I have that. Let's see. This one. Roger's Rapier. So if you... Roger's Rapier is a great weapon. If you're, it's not the best rapier, but it's good, and it's got a pretty decent Ash of War on it. But you can change the Ash of War. See, I can pick it from my Ash of War list. What it's got is this one, and you can change its affinity to cold, for example. Cold may be better or not. It depends. You have to check. Look at what your stats are. But depending on your build, even one that's non-magical may be better. But also, you can change it to something else. You can put one of the other... Any of the rapier upgrade ones. You can change it. So, just FYI. Huh. Thought there was one more. Guess not. What is down there? What's down at that end? I almost never go this way. You know, I've done this like, what, 100 times? Just cleavering something up. Smithing stone too. It's funny. Yeah, so fragile. It's crazy to me how hard these things hit. I mean, it's playthrough 8 or playthrough number 9, right? Wow. Yeah, I'm not going to play this for very long. As much as I like the damage output. It's just no survivability at all. Alright. Maybe if we... That's crazy. Do that? I mean, I've messed around with this build before, but it's never been like this bad. Wow. Uh-oh. Oh. Nolladoodle? Yeah, that stunk. Elden Ring? You got your 10 hours in? So I'm playing at a very high level, hence the rune count. Oh, good job, Jay. Yeah. I'm not feeling this dancer's outfit. I at least need something that's a little bit survivable. And this is just pure death incarnate. The problem is I don't have a lot of weight to play with. The original Radon base game. It's at lower levels. It's a tough fight. Are you summoning the helpers all over the field, or are you trying to do it without any help? You see. You can summon like 6 helpers, I think, if you know where to look. I think there's up to 6. Although there are some that you have to set up to summon, and they're kind of useless, like patches. Yes, you can summon patches on that fight, and he leaves almost as soon as he gets hit. He like does one thing and then he runs away. It's pretty funny. I'm tempted. Wait, unless I... Hold on, do I actually have them? Oh, what did I just do? Death, 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 death. Alright. Yep, medium load. Okay, I can deal with that. Bloodhound's Fang's a perfectly fine one. One thing people may not realize that's in the moveset, unless I'm crazy, which is also a possibility. It's a great curved sword. Yeah. So, a lot of people don't realize this. If you do the alternate attack, right? So here's the heavy, right? But if you do the skill attack, it has a follow-up that a lot of people may not realize. Hold on. Alright, what was I saying? It has a follow-up. If after you do the skill attack, you then do a light attack, it does that. You actually have a second... Some skills have a second step in the skill. If you just do the first one, it won't do a lot for you. So... let's go here. And Bloodhound's Fang's a great sword. You can do very cool stuff with it. This one's not very high level. I think it's like 6 instead of 25. But it should serve. You know what? He's gonna add. I don't want him to. So did you see that second attack that I'm coming in with? One. Oh, hold on. Ran out of stamina. Here's a second attack. Yep, ran out of stamina again. So, the problem is that it's a stamina game. It's a great sword, so just to be clear. Oh, don't touch his horse. You just attack him. At least I've never even paid attention to the fact that he's on a horse. I would just attack him. when you do that fight, you can summon as many of the yellow things as you want inside the arena. And if you go, hold on, I've already done the fight, so I can only sort of describe. So when you come in, you're coming in kind of from down here, right? You're coming in from that way. As you're running in, you'll see the little yellow things on the ground. You can only summon each person when they're not in the arena. That's important. Because when you see that they die, you can summon them again if you can find another spawn point. What I like to do is I'll fight him. Hold on. What I don't want is that weapon. So, and then I try and get up onto this part of the hill over here. And I know that there's a couple of summon guys in the area. You can summon a couple of them up here. So when they die, you can summon them again. And they'll come back and help again. But more importantly, in Phase 2, somewhere down around over here, there's one where you can summon the actual guy that calls the whole thing. The other thing also is, you may not be aware of it, but there's actually a instance, dungeon, whatever you want to call it, in the zone, over here in the corner. It's called the War Dead Catacombs, I think, and it's vile, but it's got stuff in it. This is one of the zones that you play where you actually don't want to attack the guys that are in there unless you plan on fighting them a lot. I'll show you. So it's way over, frustratingly, it's way over here in the wall. So here's the door above the helmet right there. It's just irritating how far into the instance it is. How far into the zone. It's so far down. At level 40, this, unless you're just exquisite at the game, this one's nearly impossible. You know, I'm even going to use this sword. And you'll see. So see how these guys are fighting each other? There's nothing that actually requires that you get involved. They'll fight each other to the death. But the problem is that they're these shadow guys, and so they'll actually come back. So if you keep watching, so there one died, right? And there he just reappeared. And they'll do that like 10 times or something. Sometimes they'll even appear. Yeah. Anyway, you can see I'm not going to do the whole instance. It's pretty frustrating. But you can skip all those guys. They won't. Those ones that are in that first room won't pay attention to you. There is stuff in there you have to run around and grab. And the basement is rot. Oh, because I haven't cleared it yet. And there's an ulcerated tree spirit is the final boss. Get rid of that. Do I even have any spells? I don't. So why do I have a staff? There we go. Alright. Yeah, totally. The only... So... Something to add to your calculus of what to do and when. I have noticed, I'm not making a bold claim here, some bosses seem to pay attention. Think of a decision list, right? It's not really a complex tree, I don't think. There's like a list, things that they will decide who they're going to go after. Some of them, one of the deciding things seems to be whoever's closest, and that tends to be high on some bosses' list. Another item is who most recently did damage to them, and another one is who did the most damage. And I'm pretty sure it calculates those uniquely from each other. I could be totally wrong, but this is what I've noticed in how they behave. The only drawback with bosses that you load up with rot is it does damage constantly, just tick, 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 tick. Even better if you get them with rot and poison, because then it goes like tick, 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 or to tick, to tick, to tick, like that. In either case, if it's a boss that uses who hit them most recently as a reason to chase after someone, they're going to go after you a lot. Now, that may be intentional. That may actually be what you want, so that your summoned help will just keep beating him. But that's entirely up to you. Level 403, I think. Well, level 40, I mean, there's not really much of a build anyway. What did you want to switch around? I mean, bleed is still a good build, but it's melee focus, right? Which is fine. Oh, sorry, I was thinking my brain was on level 40. You could easily shift that around. You could do like int dex build or faith strength. Those two tend to go together. I prefer frost to bleed. So you can make a pretty interesting build based around frost, especially if you're high enough level, depending on how deep into the game you are. You can mix that up with Adula's Moonblade, for example. Presuming you've gotten most everything. I actually like... Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I have it. So, some people swear by Moonveil for that kind of a build. If you're doing something that's a Frost Bleed combination. Another good build, by the way. You can use, for example, I thought I had. Yeah, I do. So Uchigatana. This guy. It still does blood buildup, but it also does frost. And Unsheathe is still kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of Rivers of Blood. I think Rivers of Blood is... it was always a crutch weapon, in my opinion. It's okay, let me sort of say what I'm going to say a bit more carefully. Rivers of Blood is a fantastic bleed weapon. There's probably not a substantially better bleed weapon than it. However, you have to also play it the right way. And that's really where the catch is. So that's like the inherent flaw with Rivers of Blood. Well, I mean, once you get used to using it, right, it's pretty powerful. But I think, you know, there are a couple of builds out now that are grossly overpowered. Tanking... Okay. This is an opinion. I don't think this game really supports a two-handed tank. It supports a heavily armored two-hand weapon user, but tanking really involves a level of blocking that I think shields are really good at giving. If, for example, even just a minor shield, like this guy. Hold on, I just shift. No, I'm still medium. So even something like this, and these are stupidly low-level stuff, even though they're buffed for level. Just want to... Oi. I'm not very good at this, by the way. Holy cow. Not sure why it just will not. There we go. One thing that I do when I haven't played the game in a while is I will go back, make a first level character. Okay, cool. Alright, oh shiznit nilty. Totally. You might consider go back and make a level 1 character or a starter character again and play for a little while just to like warm up the fingers. That's what I've usually done. That's why I just usually find that tends to help. For those that don't know, These are wandering mausoleums, and they actually have a purpose, which I will show you in a moment. Besides, a purpose besides blowing your eardrums out. It's just gonna make me mad. So see those little skull piles on its legs? See those? Ah. Those are what you have to knock off. When you knock enough of them off, oh crap. Run, 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 run. Run! They fall down. This sword's great at that, by the way. Oh, you're welcome, Spencer. Now, as for why. So, you can go into them, and there are two kinds of wandering mausoleums in the base game. One's with a bell, and one's without a bell. The ones with a bell can duplicate anything. The ones without a bell cannot duplicate the high-level ones. So, I can go through and I can duplicate any one of the bosses that I've beaten already. So now, if I go back and I look in my inventory, I have 2 of these. Because I just duplicated one of them. Playthrough number 1, even playthrough 1, 2, 3, you know, once you get up this far, it's not as much. But playthrough number 1, you should definitely make sure to get all the Wandering Mausoleums and duplicate the highest level one of those things that you can, the remembrances. Duplicate the highest level when you can, so you can turn it in for runes. You can get 7 of them, something like 300,000 total between them. Not all of them can duplicate the 50,000 ones. That's why I didn't say 350,000. Also,
well, it's been
this guy's easy to get to, and he sells stone swords, most importantly, the lantern. And you can load yourself up with arrows, because he sells all of them. You can get twigs, all the good things. Why not?
Have a safe journey.
Oh, thank you, Spencer. Really appreciate that. Oh, I will do my best. Dagger. Oh yeah, level 403. That's why all this stuff's kind of silly. Uh-oh. Well, I got other places to be. Alright, so watch out for the ballista that's at the top of this tower. if anyone's watching that's new, I'm going to give you a warning and a recommendation. This is a trap. If you take this, which I'm about to, it will take you to the city, into a location that you cannot get out of until you kill a mob. So it's a vile little trap location. However, I don't remember if I've beaten this guy or not. I have not. So imagine being level 40 and you get stuck with this guy. It's seriously brutal. Holy cow. Ah! I got careless. I got careless. It doesn't help that I've got the wrong spells for this fight anyway. I didn't do anything. Alright. Let me see. Done this before the fight. Pick these up real quick. Holy cow. Good lord. Oh yeah, rock sling for sure. So once you beat this guy, this chest has infinite health regen. Slow, but infinite. Blessed Dew Talisman. Got like 6 of those now. And this... most importantly... takes you to the tower that's out here. And I forget whose rune this is for. Or, yeah, whose rune this is. Alright. Yeah, I went with high dex, so... getting rid of the dancer crap. But what do I want? I want power. I want lightning. Where's lightning? There's lightning. And I want... huh. This Millennia's rune? Yeah, Millennia's great rune. Alright. We are going to... let me finish. Oh, yeah. Rocksling's awesome all the time. When you get to higher levels, when you get to, like, higher playthroughs, Rocksling just doesn't do enough damage. Because the thing about the physical spells is that there's not really any way to upgrade their damage, at least not by very much. And that's the problem with Gravity. You basically have the staff and that's it. So first playthrough they work really well, but they get less and less effective, except when you can augment them in some way like infinite mana. Alright, spells. Want to keep you, want to keep you. Gonna get rid of you. Gonna get rid of you, gonna get rid of you. Alright, so now we want to put back on here. Oh. No. I want Howl. And then I want just debating if I want to have another. Oh yeah, that's a good lightning spell. And we should have at least one holy. Now, what's really important here is to recognize a much more valuable thing that can happen, which is this. Mess that up. See him eating? Look. Yummy, yummy, yummy. He's eating sushi. So in case it wasn't obvious, the trick on that one is to get the is to get the dragon eating one of the octopi. That's what you really want. Now, I seem to remember there being something up here. Yeah, but you gotta get to it from over here. I think. This all sounds familiar. Yep. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Not that I need it, but it's there. Like it says, a stone sword key was used. Used to. Bastard. It's crazy, all the stuff that's down there. That didn't do much. Good to know. Can I thread the needle? I can, and I will. Good lord. For grease. Whatevs. What time is it? All right. Oh. Oof. I've gotten so used to playing with a shield now. It's kind of funny. Oh, can we thread it? No, we cannot. How about from here? Sorry. Love the range on this thing, it's so gross. Haha, what's up, kiddo? Oh, I hear something. Oof. Yes, indeed. Oh, I can always use another rune arc. He is off instructing at and coaching at a camp. missing something. Somewhere there's a way down. But where is it? I am a proud papa. Huh. Maybe it was the other way and I missed it? The thing is that he's damn good at coaching. He really is. Come on. There it is. Knew I'd find it. I don't even know why they're mad. Alright. I don't even remember what's in here. Golden Order Greatsword. I needed another one of those. One for each hand. One for each foot. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there. Hey, Angel. Sorry, I'm just finishing up. You all have an awesome rest of your year. Have an awesome new year. If I don't see you before, I'm sure I will be streaming off and on over the next few days. Be awesome, be well, do great things, be good people. So I can answer that question. I'm level 403, and I'm casting incantations, so technically it's not really a mage, it's more like a priest. Elden Ring has a distinction between the two. They even have a whole item designed to be able to cast both. So from I'm spellcasting point of view, if you're using a mage as just any spellcaster, then yeah. This character is high enough level that I've got stats that I'm as competent at melee as I am at casting. This character started off as a melee character, but I've leveled to the point where I can use all of them. This build is specifically the Ancient Dragon build, well, one of them, and it's designed to do all of its damage through lightning spells, and so it does like a really gross amount of damage. I think the only thing that I didn't fix is I didn't update the physic to do lightning. So now with the physic and all the things that I can do to increase the amount of damage I do, it's kind of a gross amount of damage. The armor alone gives like a 10 or 12% boost to damage. So all good. Anyway, y'all be awesome, and I will talk to you